I'm at the Brown County Courthouse here in Green Bay. One of the 20 employers of the inmates is part of the Huber Work Release Program. In fact, there are 145 inmates currently employed in this, according to the Wisconsin Department of Corrections. Although this program is beneficial to the inmates, the public has mixed opinions.
The main employers of inmates are manufacturing plants, restaurants, nonprofit organizations, and there's even one inmate employed at UW Green Bay. In Brown County, some of the inmates are able to work to reduce days off of their sentence. Brown County judges decided that for every 24 hours the inmate works, 1 day is reduced off of the sentence. While some inmates work to reduce the sentence, others are working paid positions to pay off debts, child support, and other obligations. One of the largest employers of inmates in northeast Wisconsin is PMI, the company responsible for running the Rush Center. They currently have 8 inmates working the overnight shift to set up for events. These people are making $8 an hour. Paula Kirschman, Vice President of Human Resources for PMI, said they hire inmates because the hours are generally 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. on weekends and also a few sporadic days during the week. It has been difficult to find people willing to work these shifts, but the inmates are more than willing. Inmates are also finding jobs at area restaurants. Some are employed once granted Huber rights doing jobs such as dishwashing, while others are able to maintain a current job in the front of the restaurant as servers, bartenders, bussards, once convicted of a crime. Another company that is involved in the program is Goodwill, not because they can't find people willing to work there, but because of their statement, "We put people first," said Goodwill CEO Bob Peterson. He feels that it is important to give the inmates these rights in order to help them become productive citizens and contribute to a healthy community. UWGB also has an inmate working cleaning up the campus. Tim Cook, a former lawyer convicted for stealing more than $2 million, is working during his 2-year prison sentence, making $8 an hour. The campus does not allow him to enter any building or interact with any students, he said. College students and those working entry-level jobs are most likely to be working and in contact with inmates on Huber. When talking to college students, they had similar opinions on the benefits of the programs to the inmates, but varying opinions on working with one unknowingly. In general,
I think it's a good idea, so they actually work for their money that taxpayers use or pay, but it's also dangerous for the community and citizens around
program.
I think it's beneficial to those who need it. I think it helps them recuperate into normal life, considering jail and prison are very different from what's outside. I think it also helps certain people repay the debts that they might have. So it's a nice program, but there's probably a lot that could be done with it.
I think it's a good thing that they're letting these criminals go out and work and to try to pay for things that are involved with their sentence, like their child support and just possibly paying for damages if they were in a case where they were breaking things. I actually work with some convicted felons and people who have been to jail at my job, and most of them have been pretty nice. A lot of them, it was in their past, and they seem to have learned from it. Some of the things they're involved in are some are like drug dealers, some have been involved in like fighting and battery, and one guy actually had a party to a crime for homicide. It was a little scary to find out at first, but just getting to know him through the past years of working with him, he's a really nice guy, and I think he learned from his past.
I think it's good depending on where it's used. I think it's good to put inmates to work if they want to work, but maybe not necessarily in a college campus.
I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I think it would be kind of dangerous for the students to have prisoners around, and I don't think it'd go over that well.
I don't know if I'd appreciate it unknowingly. I think a lot of it depends on the crimes that were committed. A lot of people that I've heard about in newspapers with Huber, they're mostly white-collar crimes, not anything that's considered very harsh. So I would feel a little uncomfortable knowing it, but I think the animosity would make it a little easier on me.
Better if I knew about it. And I guess it kind of also depends on like what they did. Like if it's some guy who embezzled money or something, I guess it's not as terrible. He's not going to sneak up and embezzle us in our sleep. But if it was like a sex offender, or convicted rapist, or even a drug dealer, I guess it depends on what they did.
This was Hillary Presty for WGOF TV.